Okay, I don't know if volunteer is the exact correct word, because it's more like roped into it from my sister. I do kind of want to say a few things. I'm going to do my best to manage speaking to the people in the room and speaking to the people who are present virtually, so I'll do my best to kind of manage that. But thank you so much for letting me have the opportunity to speak. I really appreciate it. It's always good to have that feedback to improve. But it's an impromptu speech. I don't have anything prepared. I just got off the plane yesterday afternoon. My sister picked me up from LAX because I come out like I do every summer to visit my family in California because I live in Barcelona, Spain. And I've been there for quite some time. And so today what I wanted to talk to you about is how I ended up, a Southern California girl, living my life in Barcelona and how that happened, because it's something a little bit unusual. So I'll give you a little bit of background. You already know my sister, Carrie. I know she's given a speech here before, and you've probably heard that we're one of 9. And yes, all of my family from the same mother and father. Everyone lives in the US except for me. I'm in Spain, and up until last year, we all lived in Southern California, actually probably within a 20-mile radius of my parents' house. But I did move to Spain, and I'll tell you how that happened. I think what happens is that in life, as we all know, you get to be a certain age, when you reflect back on your life and you think about, how did I end up where I am? And you can always go back and look and pick that moment. This is what happened, or this is the moment where I made that decision, and because of that decision, it put me down a certain path, and I ended up where I am. When I was a senior in high school, and I was, saying, I want to go to university next year, I'm going to study for college, where do I want to go? Okay, I don't want to go too far, I want to stay in California. I was born and raised in Anaheim Hills. I love my family, I love living in California. Once you live in California, it's very difficult to move out and leave the state, I think. And I said, so I'm going to go to university. I want to stay in California, but I don't want to live at home. I want that college experience. I want to live on campus, but not too far, not too close. San Diego. Perfect. I'm going to go to UC San Diego. And it was there when I went in for my orientation that, the very typical college experience. You have your, here's the campus, this is what's expected of you, your the academic requirements. And there was a moment that changed everything. And they said, and we really recommend that you do a year abroad. Year abroad? But year abroad, that's for like adventurous people with a lot of money, that's for exciting, not me. I'm just this little 18-year-old kid going, I'm going to go study in San Diego. And I said, that sounds interesting. What is this about? And during the orientation, they just talked about, it's a great experience. All of the positives that you can get from living a year abroad. Just how rewarding it is. It builds your resilience, opens you up to new cultures, new experience. I said, that's for me. That's what I want to do. And at the time, I was studying French in high school. And I said, French? But I live in California. I don't think I'm going to have very many opportunities to speak French. No. I think I need to switch it up now, something much more practical. I need to learn Spanish. So I did 2 years of Spanish in the university. And I said, where do I want to go? I could go to South America. There was programs in, Colombia, Peru, Argentina, Venezuela. Or I can go to Spain, Europe. That's where I want to go. Spain is for me. And what happened was I had the opportunity to go do my year abroad in Spain, because when you have with the UC system, they have a study abroad program where essentially you're paying the same tuition fees. So you're paying your same tuition fees, so you're enrolled at UC, but you're going and living in a foreign country. So anyone can do it. It's something that is really open to any university student here. It's not something that is just really crazy and no, it's not possible. You're in a program, you have a lot of support of the program. The teachers, administrators are there to support you because you're in a foreign country, learning the language, but it's a good start your way in. So I decided to settle on Madrid. And of course, 20 years old, living in Europe, Madrid at the time. Just to give you an idea, the drinking age there is 18. Spain is very well known, as you know, Nathan, for its nightlife. The 80s was a crazy time. I was there in the 90s. So it wasn't, well, the 80s was crazy in Spain. So 90s, but 90s was still good. Spain, to give you an idea, the nightclubs are open until 6 a.m. and every day. And there's just a lifestyle. It's very, very, very different. And it was amazing. Everything that you would imagine. Well, the ups and downs, living in a foreign country, learning how to speak a new language. And of course, 20 years old, going out, you know, going to clubs, being with my friends, American friends, Dutch, German, everyone, British, Spanish. It's just a really hodgepodge mix, all different cultures, and having just a wonderful time. You know, you're 20 years old, going out, having fun. So one of these nights, I was out with my friends, we're dancing, and this guy comes up, dance like this. This is how he danced. Hola, because we did, by that time, this was in May, I went in August, so by that time I had enough Spanish where I could communicate with Spaniards. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas? What's your name? Oh, Liz, okay? Liz, no importa. He didn't understand my name because in Spanish, Liz isn't a very common name, and I don't go by Elizabeth. And I said, oh, ¿y tú? ¿Cómo te llamas? What's your name? Javier. Sorry? Javier. Doesn't matter, let's just dance. So it took us about 3 days before we actually understood each other's name. His name was Javier because he was from Barcelona, another region in Spain. He wasn't from Madrid, where they speak another language called Catalan, quite similar. His name translated into Spanish would be Javier. So we all know the name Javier. And this particular man looked like another Javier. I don't know if you're familiar with Javier Bardem. If you've seen him, imagine like a 20-year-old Spanish actor, long flowing hair. Impressive, impressive. And that's in there. And I said, oh, how are you? Okay, so 3 days later, we finally figure out each other's names. Fell madly, passionately, blindly in love. Needless to say, in July, when I had to leave and come back to California, I still had a 4th and final year at university. I was devastated, heartbroken. I did not want to leave my Latin lover because I just wanted to stay, and that was it, throw caution to the wind. But I did come back. I finished my 4th and final year at UC San Diego, and it just so happened we had kept in touch. This was before internet, before Facebook, but we had letters, we had phone calls. A visit in between, we kept in touch. We said, if we love each other enough, our love will survive. It did, well, for a while. That's a whole other story. It did for a while. And when I graduated university, I said, well, I don't have a job. I don't have anything keeping me in Barcelona. I don't have anything keeping me in California. I'm going to move to Barcelona. And my parents were like, okay, yeah, sure, have fun. You're thinking, really? Because my parents were like, go. You'll be back in 6 months. They were not worried at all. They put me on the plane. Oh, yeah, have fun. I went. I stayed. I got married. I had 3 kids. I got divorced. I stayed. And I'm still there to this day. And that's how I ended up. That's how I ended up in Barcelona, Spain. But anyway, thank you for letting me give my little speech. Really appreciate it.